All right, guys, I'm here to do exit ticket 4.3. Let's get started. The ratio of Isabella's money to Shane's money is 3 to 11. If Isabella has $33, how much money do Shane and Isabella have together? Show your work using a tape diagram. First thing I want to do is mark up my text. So it says the ratio of, again, that's always a trigger for me to know that I need to pay attention to the order, what I'm comparing, and the numbers that go with them. So the first thing we're talking about is Isabella's money. So we're going to box Isabella and we're going to box Shane because that's who we're comparing Isabella to. Then the numbers are 3 to 11. The 3 is going to go with Isabella, and the 11 with Shane. Let's go ahead and get our cheat sheet ready and draw out a tape diagram because it says we have to use our work using a tape diagram. All right, so the ratio is going to be Isabella to Shane. And like I said earlier, 3 goes with Isabella, 11 goes with Shane. All right, so let's get that tape diagram drawn. 3 boxes are going to match up. Okay, and I need 8 more. Let's just double check our work here. Isabella has 3. 1, 2, 3. Isabella and 3 go together. Then we have Shane. Shane has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 squares. Shane and 11 go together. All right, so now it says Isabella has $33. So Isabella is the one who's going to have this money. Sorry, we're using blue. And she's going to have $33. So if I'm looking at the tape diagram, I want the section that represents Isabella to equal $33. That means these 3 purple boxes here have to equal $33. If 3 boxes add up to equal $33, we're going to need to divide 33 by 3 to figure out how much each box is worth. 33 divided by 3 is 11. So we know that 11 is going to go inside of each box. Okay, now going back to the question again, it says, how much money do Shane and Isabella have together? Together is telling me that I'm going to have to add the total number of dollars that Isabella has to the total number of dollars that Shane has. So let's go ahead and calculate that. We already know how much Isabella has. She has $33. But we have to calculate how much Shane has. So we have a tape diagram for Shane with 11 boxes, and we know that because of the ratio here. If 11 boxes are there with $11 in each of them, we have to multiply 11 times 11. 11 times 11 is 121. Saw lots of mistakes there with your multiplication. A lot of people had 122. Some people had 110, 111. Got to make sure you know your times tables. All right, so the only thing that's left to do is to add the $33 to Shane's $121. So 33, we're going to add these. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5, and 1 plus nothing is 1. So together, Isabella and Shane have $154. A couple of big mistakes that I saw with this exit ticket was a lot of people put their dollar sign behind the number. I know when we say it, we say $154, so it sounds like it goes after the number, but it really goes before. If you look at, like when you go to the store with your parents, you'll never see the dollar signs behind the numbers. So make sure you get in that habit. Also, a lot of people answered 121. They gave me the total amount of Shane's money. So make sure you guys read the question multiple times so you know exactly what it's asking from you. All right, let's move on to number 2. It says, when Carla looked out at the school parking lot, she noticed that for every 2 minivans, there were 5 other types of vehicles. There are 161 vehicles in the parking lot. Read each statement below and decide if it is true or false based on the given information. All right, so let's go ahead and get a cheat sheet ready, mark up this text. That way we can solve the rest of this problem. I can't solve this true or false table here without doing any work. So let's read it again. When Carla looked out at the school parking lot, she noticed that for every, all right, that's our trigger. Those are our trigger words right there. So for every 2 minivans, there were 5 other types of vehicles. So let's get a cheat sheet. So we have minivans, 2 other vehicles. Minivans and 2 go together, and 5 and other vehicle types go together. Then it says there's 161 vehicles in the parking lot. That means this right here is a total. So let's go ahead and draw our tape diagram. We've got minivans, 2 other vehicles. I need to match up 2 boxes, then add 3 more for other vehicles to represent the total of 5. Let's check our work. For minivans, we have 1, 2 boxes, and minivans and 2 go together. And we have other vehicles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and other vehicles, and 5 go together. So we're on the right track. All right, it says there's 161 vehicles in the parking lot, and we said that that was a total. So that means all of these boxes here have to equal a total of 161. So to figure out how much of one box is worth, we have to divide by the number of boxes, which we know that 2 plus 5 is 7. So there's 7 boxes. We're dividing by 7. So I'm going to go ahead and do that work over here. 7, 161. 7 goes into 16 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14, and I subtract and get 2. Bring down my 1, making that 21. 7 goes into 21 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. Subtract and get 0. So the value inside each of the boxes is going to be 23. All right. Let's figure out how many minivans there are and then how many of the other vehicles there are. So we have 2 boxes, both with 23 each. So 2 times 23 is going to give us the total number of minivans. So minivans, 23 times 2 is 46. Then we have other vehicles. This is going to be 5 times 23, since there's 5 boxes with 23 each. So other vehicles is 23 times 5, which 5 times 3 is 15. Carry my 1. 5 times 2 is 10 plus the 1, so that's 11. So there's 115 minivans, or I'm sorry, excuse me, other vehicles, and 46 minivans. Let's go back to this true or false box. There are more vehicles, more vehicles are minivans than other types of vehicles. So which do we have more of? Because this question is saying we have more minivans. Is that true? Well, when we look here, when we look here at our tape diagram, minivans only make up 2 boxes and other vehicles make up 5 boxes. So this has to be false. There's more of the other types of vehicles than there are minivans, and this is saying that more vehicles are minivans. Okay, there are 23 minivans. This is also false. 23 is the value that goes inside each box, but there's 2 boxes that make up 23, so that's why we multiplied 23 times 2 and got 46 minivans, making the next statement true. Finally, 175 of the cars are other types of vehicles. Guys, this one was a real obvious one. False. How can we have 175 be other types of vehicles when, if you notice up here, it says 161 vehicles are in the parking lot? We determined this was the total. How can there be more of one type of vehicle than there are total vehicles in the parking lot? Gotta make sure you're reading things carefully, guys. All right, hopefully that helped you out. We'll see you later.